Hello everyone, myself Dr. Guneet Tur, Assistant Professor from G.H.G. Khalsa College of Education, Gurusar Sadhar, Ludhiana. Today I am going to deliberate on the topic concept of education. Now first of all we should know that how old is the concept of education. Well, education is as old as the human race. It started the moment human beings they came into existence. So everything which influences human behavior and personality is referred to as education. Now hereby everything I mean every kind of experience that an individual undergoes, maybe through a number of agencies. For example, any kind of experience that we undergo maybe in the school, maybe at home, maybe in the society, maybe among peers, among friends, while playing in the playground, while traveling, while visiting some sacred religious institution, and so on. And this kind of education that we gain through experiences is referred to as informal education. So, education is not just confined within the four walls of the educational institution which is given formally, it is much more beyond that. So, sum total of all the experiences that an individual undergoes in his or her lifetime is referred to as education. Now see, man learns something every day and every moment. Even if we consider an illiterate person, I mean a person who can't read and write, even an illiterate person, he undergoes education throughout the life. Now how is it? It's through the experiences that he undergoes in his lifetime. And now, what's the time period of education? Education is a never-ending process of inner growth and development. Means it's a continuous process which stretches from cradle to grave. Or we can say which starts right from the time of birth, continues throughout the life till the last moment of death. Now it's through education that man is transformed into a social and moral being. And through education, he develops his or her abilities or capacities like thinking, reasoning, problem solving, intelligence, aptitude, values, attitudes, and so on. And thus, in a wider sense, we can say that education is life and life is education. Now coming to the derivative approach of the word education. Etymologically, the term education is derived from three Latin words, educare, educere, and educatum. Now, educare means to bring up, to nourish, or to raise. It means कि certain aims and ideals ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਪਾਲਣ ਪੋਸ਼ਣ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, how we take care of him or her. Then next is educere. It means to lead out or to draw out. We know that ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ hidden tendencies ਜਾਂ capacities ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ through education ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ potentialities ਨੇ within the child ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ draw out ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ best possible way ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ development ਕਰਨੀ. The next is educatum. It's the act of teaching or training. Now it's a normal teaching learning process where the teacher instructs and the pupil learns. Next coming to the synonyms of education. Now the term pedagogy, it has been derived from a Greek word which means to lead the pupil. Now pedagogy, it's the science of instruction which leads the pupil from darkness to light. Then is shiksha. The term shiksha has been derived from the Sanskrit word shas, which means to teach, to instruct, to control the behavior of the child or to discipline him. Then third term is vidya, which has been derived from Sanskrit word vid, which means to know. Next, narrow and broader meaning of education. Now first of all, considering the meaning, narrowly speaking, education is confined to the institutional instruction only. It means just the formal kind of education that a child gets within the four walls of any institution, maybe it a school, college or a university. While broadly speaking, education it goes beyond the schooling and instruction. So anything that we learn anywhere through experience is referred to as education. Now coming to the duration, narrowly speaking, education starts when the child enters the school and it ends up when he completes the course or leaves the educational institution. Broadly speaking, education it's the work of the whole life. It begins at the time of birth and continues throughout the life till the last moment of death. Next, narrowly speaking, the aim of education is to impart knowledge in the specific subjects so that a student could pass the examination and gets promoted to the higher standard. While broadly speaking, aim of the education is all-round development of personality. Now coming to the methods, narrowly speaking, the education it is confined just to the classroom teaching, while broadly speaking, experience it is the touchstone of education. Education is one with life which teaches in both bitter and sweet ways. Now coming to the contents, narrowly speaking, contents they involve the academic subjects which are traditionally taught in the school. While broadly speaking, contents of education encompass the whole life. It includes totality of experiences that pupil receives through a number of activities that a child undergoes, and also even the informal contacts between the teacher and the pupil. Now coming to the Indian concept of education, certain Indian philosophers have given definitions of education. For example, according to Rig Veda, education is that which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. Now here self-reliant means when a person believes in his or her own powers, means ਜਦੋਂ person ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ strengths or weaknesses ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ. And selfless means unselfish ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ self interest ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ interest ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲ ਦਈਏ, that is education according to Rig Veda. Now next, according to Upanishads, education is that whose end product is salvation. We know that ultimate aim of education is mukti or salvation according to Upanishads. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਦੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ. And it's through education ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਅਗਿਆਨਤਾ ਰੂਪੀ ਹਨੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਗਿਆਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਚਾਨਣ ਵੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Next, according to Yajnavalkya, education is that which makes a man of good character and useful for the world. Now here good character means कि ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ education ਦੇ through ਕੁਛ etiquettes, good manners, good values develop ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ honesty, truthfulness, emotional stability and so on, ਔਰ ਇਨ੍ਹਾਂ good etiquettes ਦੇ through ਆਪਣੀ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਡਿਊਟੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਬੈਟਰ ਵੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਭਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, that is education according to Yajnavalkya. Now next, according to Gandhiji, by education I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind and spirit. Now here, all-round means all-round development of personality, ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ aspects ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ physical, mental, intellectual, spiritual, aesthetic, moral, ਸਾਰੇ aspects ਦੀ development ਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਔਰ ਇਹ development ਕਦੋਂ ਹੋਗੀ? When we draw out the best in the child. Means ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ through education child ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਥੋਪਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, pour in ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ. In fact, ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀਆਂ hidden capacities ਨੇ, potentialities ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ draw out ਕਰਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ best form ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ development ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ. ਔਰ best form ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ development ਕਦੋਂ possible ਆ? By building a strong bond with the child or by touching the heart of the students, which is possible by sharing their joys and sorrows, and their healthy sentiments they must be developed. And the word here best in child and man, it has three aspects. body, mind and spirit. Body means your physical development, mind correlates to the intellectual development and spirit means the spiritual development. Thus, education should focus on harmonious development of child as well as the man. Now next, coming to the Western concept of education. Now according to Comenius, education, it gives a new shape to man. How? By molding his or her personality through education so that his all-round development of personality is possible. Next, according to Aristotle, education is the creation of a sound mind in a sound body. It means कि अगर आपां physically healthy होवांगे ताई आपां mentally strong हो सकते हैं. Then next, according to Adam, education is a conscious and deliberate process in which one personality acts upon another in order to modify the development of the other by communication and manipulation of knowledge. ਹੁਣ education ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ conscious ਤੇ deliberate process ਹੈ. Means it's a very careful process ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ personality act ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ upon another. For example, the personality of the teacher acts upon the personality of the child ਕਿਵੇਂ? Through communication, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ development better way ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ. ਕਿਵੇਂ? ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਫਾਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੈ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਨਹੈਂਸ ਔਰ ਇਨਰਿਚ ਕਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਫਾਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ. Then according to Dewey, education is the process of living through a continuous reconstruction of experiences. It's the development of all those capacities in the individual which will enable him to control his environment and fulfill his possibilities. When education ki hai according to Dewey, process of living through a continuous reconstruction of experiences. देखो ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤਾਂ ਗੁੱਡ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸ ਆ ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸ ਸੱਚ ਕੈਰੀ ਔਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੈਡ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਥਰੂ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਰੀਕਨਸਟਰਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਉਹ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ. ਐਂਡ ਥਰੂ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਐਂਸਿਸ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਔਰ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਅਬਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੈਂਥਨ ਅਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੈਸਟ ਪੋਸੀਬਲ ਵੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਾਇਰਨਮੈਂਟ 'ਚ ਅਡੈਪਟ ਕਰਨਾ. Thus, we can conclude by saying that education is a process to promote harmonious development of a person by focusing on the development of 4 H. Now, the first H refers to the head, which means development of the mental abilities. Then second is heart, that is related to feelings. And third one is hand, that deals with development of the manual skills so that we can stand on one's own feet and could earn our livelihood. And the fourth H is health, that is education. It helps in the development of physical, mental, emotional and social health of the educand. And thus we can say that education is the wise, hopeful and respectful cultivation of learning undertaken in the belief that all should have the chance to share in life. Thank you so much.